since the beginning of time. Artists have only ever wanted one thing: ultimate power. And the gods received our message and returned to us the ultimate tattoo machine.
What's up, everybody? My name is Adam, and I'm an artist from northern Wisconsin. Today, we're finally going to be doing the Critical Torque tattoo machine review. So I had this tattoo machine for almost 2 weeks now, and I feel like I did enough tattoos with it and enough different styles with it to where I'm ready to give a full in-depth review. This video is going to be pretty detailed, guys. It's going to be a lot more detailed than what all these other YouTubers have been posting on it. I highly suggest you guys watch from the very start to the end of this entire video before buying this tattoo machine. Critical did not send me this tattoo machine. I bought this with my own money. So when I go over all the features and everything on this machine and how I feel about it, I'm going to be very honest on this. As always, guys, there will be time stamps down in the description and in the comments that I will post, so you guys could jump around to any subjects throughout this video. I also just want to point something out here. I work pretty hard on these videos, and as you guys see here, only 9% of you are subscribed that watch my videos. So if you're watching this and you're new to my channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. All right, so when taking a first look at this tattoo machine, the first thing I want to talk about is the P and the V. So what is the P and the V, guys? I'll give you a second to guess. That's right, you guys guessed right. It's the price versus the value. And how do we determine that? Well, we gotta go to the website. Here we go. All right, so when looking at the Critical website, obviously Critical is a big name in the tattoo industry. They've made lots of products. They have a high reputation. So Critical started as a power supply company making power supplies for tattoo machines. And you can see here that they've made a whole bunch of other stuff. They have RCA cables, brackets, they have batteries, they have foot switches. These batteries are actually some of the most popular batteries that tattoo artists use today. And they also worked with Bishop Tattoos Supplies on making the battery for the new Bishop wand. And later in this video, guys, I'm actually going to be comparing the two. All right, so the Torque is their first pen style machine. I've seen somewhere on the internet saying that they made a tattoo machine back in like 2007. I don't know anything about that. All right, so we see their website is pretty fancy, which means that they spent money on it. It's pretty good. You can see a whole bunch of new features. We're going to go over all this kind of stuff right here. The V3 battery, the vibration dampening. We're going to be talking about all that stuff. They also have their own YouTube video, which you guys probably already saw before this one. But if not, that's okay because our video is going to be better. All right, so this is the listing. So if you get the full set, this tattoo machine is going to run you $1,299 US. Now at that price point, it's going to be very competitive. It's going to be right up there with the FK Irons Flux Max, which this is just the normal Flux. I don't have the Flux Max, and the Bishop Power Wand. So that's the price. You guys could get it in 3.5 millimeter stroke or 4.2 millimeter stroke. I got it in the 3.5. I'll explain why I got the 3.5 later in the video. And now going down, we can see what it all includes. The full set includes the Critical Torque tattoo machine. You get the travel case. You get 2 Critical Connect V3 battery packs. You get a 34 millimeter grip. You get a 40 millimeter grip. You get an RCA adapter, RCA cord, the Critical dual battery dock with USB-C cord and wall plug-in. You also get some rubber grommets and some lube. If you guys want to see everything you get inside that box, you guys could go over to my YouTube channel. I actually have an unboxing. I got this 3.5 stroke, the full set. So I uploaded that as a separate video, just so this video isn't super long. So go check it out. Okay, so not only the full set, you could also get it with just the machine. Let's see what that all comes with. It says the machine includes the Torque pen machine. It includes... It looks like one V3 battery, the 34 millimeter grip, which is the smaller one, and only a 2-foot USB-C charging cord, and then a QR code. Now, right off the bat, comparing the prices between the full set and the machine, I suggest that everyone just gets the full set because the full set includes 2 batteries. As we all know, these batteries could be expensive, so when these batteries go on sale separately, I'm sure these batteries are going to be $300 to $400. So in the long run, you're actually just going to save money by getting the full set, and it also includes an extra grip and the battery charger. And I almost forgot to say that the 3.5 is green right here, and the 4.2 is black. When comparing the price to value with the critical, you are getting a little bit more if you get the full set than what you would be getting with the Flux Max and the Bishop Power Wand. Alright guys, now after all that, let's actually take a look at the tattoo machine. We'll go over all the features and everything that they have listed on their website, and I'll also throw in some of my own thoughts on it as well. Alright, taking a look at this beautiful tattoo machine. We first noticed that this tattoo machine has a matte black finish to it. Now, even though it's matte, it's also still very easy to clean the exterior of this tattoo machine. The motor housing and the grips are both aluminum or aluminium, however you like to hear it. The battery, however, is made out of a hard plastic material that is similar to the other materials used on their previous batteries. The motor and battery on this machine weigh in at 4.8 ounces. The 34mm grip weighs in at 1.4 ounce, as the 40mm grip weighs in at 2.4 ounces. The full machine combined with the 40mm grip weighs in at 7.2 ounces. So despite what people say with this tattoo machine being heavy, it only weighs about an ounce or two more than the Bishop Power Wand with the big grip. This tattoo machine is equipped with a custom German brushless motor. This machine has something that Critical calls single pass power. Critical claims that because of the new precision strike technology. When I did a further dive on the Instagram page and looking through the comments, they say it's because it has a very stable and rigid shaft in the motor, in return giving it a more firm and more consistent needle hit. Looking back at the front outside part of the machine, we will see a piece of acrylic with the Critical logo and the Torque logo on the inside. If you continue your eyes past all that, on the inside of the machine you can actually see the motor spinning the cam, with the green LED lighting up when you turn the machine on. This machine has something that also surprised me when I opened it up. When you take off the grip and you look down the machine, you'll see a gelatin that's around the edge of the top of the opening. I believe this material is what they are calling the vibration dampening solution. It does seem concerning that the gelatin is exposed. With tattoo machines dealing with blood specifically in that area, you would assume that they would want to have that sealed off. I believe the results when I use the machine though. The tattoo machine feels as if it has little to no vibrations. That could be possibly contributed to the machine being well lubed fresh out of the box. They did include grease with this machine, and if it's anything like the Bishop Power Wand, you're supposed to put grease at the end of the inside of the machine every 150 hours of runtime. But nowhere on their website or in the box did it give me instructions on that. Now obviously the new V3 battery on this machine is loaded with features. I'll be getting to the battery and how to navigate all the menus in just a second. Before I talk about the battery, I want to talk about the backwards compatibility with the Bishop Power Wand. With the Critical Torque tattoo machine and the Bishop Power Wand, almost every attachment is interchangeable. You could take the Critical V2 Shorty battery and you could put it on your Torque machine, making it way shorter and more ergonomic. I'd love to see Critical come out with a V3 Shorty battery in the near future. As you can guess, same with the batteries, both RCA ports also work on this machine, giving you even further backwards compatibility with Critical's RCA V1 battery, or to hook it up to an RCA cable that hooks into your power supply if you're still cool like that. I got a lot of questions on Instagram and on YouTube if the Bishop Wand grip will work on the Torque. Yo, what's up, Ziggy? You actually messaged me in a pretty good time because I'm actually working on the review video right now. So the batteries work on each other, but the grips don't, and I'll show you why. Because this part is fucking huge. Like, look at that. That's huge compared to the Bishop. So the grips don't work. See, the Bishop's like tiny as fuck compared to that. That's why the grips don't work, but the batteries work. Alright, so that's going over most of the basic features on this machine. So we're about 9 minutes into this video, and I've already put in about 4 or 5 hours into making this. So you guys better hit that like button. Alright guys, so up next we're going to go over the battery, and we're going to go through all the menus and settings. If you guys want to skip that, go down in the comments below or in the description below and click on the timestamp so you can go ahead in the video. But there's a lot of features in the battery, so you're going to want to see it. Alright guys, when first turning on the tattoo machine, you are going to hold the center button on it, and then you're going to get the Critical logo popping up. Once you get through that screen, it's going to say power to the artist, and then it's going to say continue for setup. You guys could go over to my channel and watch the unboxing, and on my unboxing, I go through the entire setup. So as soon as you turn on your tattoo machine, you're going to want to set up your presets. So to do that, you're going to want to press the buttons on the right-hand side and select the voltage that you want to set as a preset. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to want to hold either the top or bottom button, and then that will set that voltage that you picked to that specific button as a preset. Presets are nice because you can switch between voltages really quickly at any time with just one click of a button. Typically, people will put on the top button possibly like the liner and color packing, and on the bottom button smooth black and gray or fine lines. Now, as you see here, the tattoo machine goes down to 4.5 volts and it goes all the way up to 13 volts. Now, to access the menu, you're going to want to hold the top two buttons. This is going to bring up a bunch of settings that we can change. Push in the critical button to select an option. The first option in the settings is to connect to a critical foot switch. I do not have a foot switch, but I assume that if you connect the Bluetooth on the foot switch, it will connect automatically to your tattoo machine. The next option is Jumpstart. Some people in the comments of my unboxing video on this tattoo machine had to tell me down in the comments below what that was. Apparently it's a setting when you activate your motor on your machine by pressing the on button. It will send a surge of power through your tattoo machine, making it run faster and then slow it down as soon as the needle gets up to speed. I was told it's a feature that could help when you're pushing bigger megs, like 45 megs and up. I personally don't see a reason to really have this feature on. The next setting is your timer mode. The setting simply just turns on your timer at the bottom, or you could have it hidden so clients don't see it. This is another option that I don't really see any point in having, but I guess it's better to have this feature than not have this feature. Now we're going to be getting to one of the coolest features, if not the coolest feature, on this tattoo machine. This machine has an hourly rate and billing mode. So let's start with the billing mode. The billing mode is going to determine how your hourly rate is counted. If you have the billing mode set to run, it's going to calculate your hourly rate every time the machine is running. If you pause your tattoo machine mid-session, whether it's to take out the needle or to take a break, your hourly rate will pause as well. Now, on the other hand, session time is like a stopwatch. Depending on how you want to charge your customer, whether you want to start the stopwatch when they walk through the door or after the stencil is on them, starting the stopwatch will also calculate your hourly rate. I prefer to keep this as simple as possible and to just leave it on the run time. Now, the next setting is hourly rate. This is where you get to set how much you charge your customer per hour. What you charge per hour is obviously up to you and your skill level, but typically it's a number that's agreed upon between you and your client. I have yet to test it, but I believe you go up to $9,999 and go all the way down to 0. Your next setting we can mess with is the button layout. Now this is pretty straightforward. You can switch the button layout from right-handed to left-handed. I'm right-handed, so I just left that setting where it was. The very last setting in the battery menu is your product information. Your product info is going to contain your serial number on your tattoo machine. I wouldn't give that out to anyone. And your runtime. To back out of the settings menu, you're going to want to click the critical button twice. And anytime you don't use the machine, I suggest you put it in standby mode. You put that in standby mode by pressing the button twice again. All right, now for the coolest feature. To check your hourly rate, you're going to want to hold the bottom two buttons. I had the hourly rate set very, very high just for an example. You can also back out of this menu at any time by also tapping the critical button twice. It's an awesome feature that you could pull up at any time while you're tattooing, and I've actually been showing the clients it at the end of the session to justify my price. If you wish to clear the timer and run rate, just hold the bottom two buttons again while you're in that menu. Just be careful of accidentally clearing it during a tattoo, because I've done that a few times. Alright, I know that was a long part of this video, but a lot of people wanted to see that. So other than that, I don't know much specs on this battery. They say on their website that it has 15 hours of battery life. Now, anytime a tattoo company says something like that, what they mean is the tattoo machine at the lowest voltage under no stress. What I can tell you guys is that you'll easily be able to go a full 8-hour day with your tattoo machine around 9 to 10 volts with no problems at all. They're literally not giving out any other information on this. I don't know what type of, if it's a Panasonic battery on the inside or the size of the battery on the inside or how many amps it's pulling or anything. I literally have no information on this other than it can last 15 hours. They won't give it out. All right, before I tell you guys how I like the machine, we got to go over some comments on our previous videos on this tattoo machine. All right, so looking at the comments of the Critical Torque tattoo machine unboxing on my YouTube channel, shout out to this dude for telling me what Jumpstart is. I didn't know what Jumpstart was, so thank you for letting me know. All right, then I got a comment from the Wizard of Tech 5075. Just out of curiosity, this is a super high price machine. Did they give it to you to keep for a review, or is it a loaner? I 100% paid for this tattoo machine with my own money, and I planned on using it for the next year or two. All right, so I'm only answering questions I haven't already answered in this video. Does the grip spin free, or does it have a click mechanism? All right, so a lot of you know, like the FK Irons tattoo machines click when you turn it. Like it's clicking right now. I don't know if you could hear that. This tattoo machine is a lot like the Bishop, as in it moves very smoothly. It has kind of a sound to it, but there's no clicking. It's just nice and buttery smooth. All right, let's keep going down the list with it. How is it run? Does it line nicely? Oh, and how's the shading with it? So this machine lines pretty good and it shades really good, and I'll get into that in a second. I'm trying to sell my FK Irons, Flux, and Zion with battery pack to get this set up. I think that would be a good idea. Are these for sale? Yes, sir. Open it up. I want to see what's inside. Let's see the motor and the cam. So I actually reached out to Critical directly on Instagram. I sent them a fairly big message telling them I'm a YouTube creator and I had a couple questions on the tattoo machine. And I asked them specifically if we're allowed to open up the tattoo machine in case any ink got inside of it to where we had to clean it out. And they replied to me with a very short message basically saying ink should never end up inside the machine to begin with. Obviously, as tattoo artists, we all know that's a load of bullshit and that we should have the right to open up our machine to give it proper cleaning. Even right here on their Instagram post, you see that someone commented easily cleaned drive, as in probably the drive bar to the machine, and Critical replied yes. Well, I don't know how that would be possible, because for that to be possible, you would have to take the machine apart. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, when I seen that comment before I bought the machine, it actually got me excited to buy the machine. And now when I tag Critical on Instagram with every tattoo that I do, they're no longer sharing my stuff and they're not replying to me anymore on Instagram. That might actually be a good segue for me to show you guys the last message that I sent to them. It was actually a video of one of the problems I was having with the tattoo machine. What's up, Critical? I'm doing some tests on your guys' machine right now, and I'm working on a review. And I just want to show you right here, this screen right here is starting to disconnect from the body of the battery. It's already starting to, I don't know if you can see that well on the camera. This screen is already starting to fall off of this one. And this one doesn't make any sound when you shake it, but this one makes a big sound when you shake it. So something like a bracket inside of this must have come undone. I don't see any screws, so I don't know if I could take this apart and fix it, but just want you to know, every time I tattoo, I'm shaking the ink out of my tattoo machine and it makes that sound, and that this one is already falling apart. So I suggest you guys just keep working on them, and you guys make awesome products. I'm in love with the machine. It's just the batteries that I'm having issues with right now. So I sent that video to Critical and they never responded. Honestly, guys, other than those problems with the battery, I haven't had much issues with the machine. But still, that's not good when you're paying, you know, $1,300 for a machine. You don't really expect to have any issues. All right, guys, I had to refilm this whole last part of the video. Critical actually did end up reaching out to me right after I got done filming that. Russ from Critical actually just gave me a phone call. He was just calling to let me know that he is shipping me out 2 brand new batteries, and he's sending me a return slip in the mail so I could return them the 2 that are broken. He's assured me that they did over a year of testing on these batteries, and that the problems I have with them are very rare, and that they haven't seen them in any of their production models. But what's good to see is that he's still interested in getting these ones back so that they could take them apart and see how they can improve their batteries in the future. I don't want to put any words in Critical's mouth. You guys just gotta trust me that they are good people, and if you guys have any issues with your machine, they're going to try their best to resolve any issues that you have. And I want to address X Zombies comment he just posted. He said, "You going to be the bravest YouTuber and actually open it for us, or what? I want to see the drive mechanism bad." And trust me, man, I want to see it too, but because this is a review and we're not supposed, and Critical doesn't want us taking it apart, I'm going to have to leave things as it is for now, and possibly that'll be another video in the future. I'm sorry about that, brother. Alright guys, now let's talk about my hands-on experience with the Critical Torque. So when Critical first showed this tattoo machine off on their Instagram, down in the comments they were saying that the 3.5 and the 4.2 are specifically made for color artists. And that's because this tattoo machine can seriously put in some ink. Since the tattoo machine has been released, they are now changing it up in their comments. They're saying that it works great for black and gray and line work. I think that they're possibly saying that now, so it's scaring less people away from buying it. And now that the tattoo machine is released, a lot more line work artists and black and gray artists have gotten their hands on it. And this is probably what everyone in the video was waiting for. This 3.5 critical torque tattoo machine can do everything. And I'm not just saying that. Having it at the 3.5 stroke keeps that needle in the skin longer to where it feels very smooth. I know in the previous video I said that it's punchy feeling. It's not that punchy. What I meant by that is that it's injecting ink a lot. So having the shorter of the two stroke lengths keeps the needle very, very smooth, yet putting in a lot of ink, so it's good for color and line work. And for the black and gray, I typically normally run my machines at around 9 volts. For the black and gray, I've been going down to about 8.5, and it's been smooth as butter. So before the critical torque, the two tattoo machines that I've been using have been the Flux Max 4.0 stroke. This has been mine for line work and color packing. And then I've been using the FK Irons EXO 3.2 stroke for black and gray. The shitty thing about using two different machines to do tattoos is that when I do black and gray with this one, sometimes, you know, there's solid black areas inside the tattoo that I would have to also use this machine for, or if you have some line work you have to do in your black and gray piece, you would have to set up two machines. And that's why I got the 3.5 critical torque, because it's a good in-between everything machine. And I'll be honest with you guys, my FK Irons EXO 3.2 stroke machine is better for doing gray wash. And same with the Bishop one, the shader version, not this one, but the shader version would also be better for gray wash. And the reason that is because they specifically tune their motors to put less ink in, giving you more time to build up your black and gray. All you have to do to get around that issue with the torque is just turning your voltage down. The only thing I wouldn't do with this tattoo machine is stippling. And that's because this machine is literally just too smooth for stippling. If you guys are going to want to do proper stippling, you guys are going to want to get probably the 4.2 stroke version of this machine, where it's more punchy because the needle is traveling a farther distance from the skin to the inside of the machine, giving your needle more time to get that stipple effect. If you guys really want a proper stippling only tattoo machine, I would look at getting the Cheyenne Soul Nova Unlimited 5.0 stroke. I don't have that tattoo machine, but that tattoo machine goes down to 25 hertz. And because of the longer stroke length, it's going to give your needle a lot more time to do that stipple effect. Otherwise, I'm sure the 4.2 critical torque can do stippling perfectly fine. Another reason why some artists might want the 4.2 stroke torque machine is if you like to hang your needle out of your cartridge pretty far. That's because having the longer stroke length means that the needle will also come into the machine farther, picking up more ink to where it can still drive ink out at that distance. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense, but I personally like using the 3.5 because I can still stick my needle out far, which in return picks up less ink in the needle, allowing for me to have more time to blend my black and gray and color. And then with this 3.5 stroke machine, when I do line work, I just don't stick my needle out as far because I want it to be able to pick up more ink. So I can still get pretty good one pass lines. I don't know why I'm really explaining it to you guys. The experienced artist will know what I'm trying to say. Critical has also said that they have some black and gray sponsored artists using the 4.2 stroke. So in the end, it's all your personal preference. I prefer the 3.5 just so it's a little more smooth. You guys could also go over to my channel where I have a hands-on look of me using the tattoo machine. I used it in this video right here. You guys could go check it out. I did a tattoo on the side of somebody's head, a color, somewhat realistic painterly style tattoo on somebody's head. You guys can go check that out. In that video, I also give you guys a little more details on my thoughts on the tattoo machine and how I like it. And if you guys are still questioning what this tattoo machine can do, you guys can head over to my Instagram page, give me a follow. And I'll be using this tattoo machine for a while, so any of the recent tattoos that I post should be done with that tattoo machine. I also plan on making comparison videos between all of our tattoo machines, also comparing the critical to them. So if I didn't get to any of your questions or answer any of your questions in this video, make sure you guys comment down below asking your question, and I'll get to them in the next video. I just want to state it once again that Critical did not send me this tattoo machine. This is completely all my own thoughts on it. and that I'm not monetized by YouTube and that I've made no money on this video. I make all these videos to help out the tattoo community in hopes that you guys can learn something from my videos and get some entertainment out of it in the process. All I'm asking is for you guys to click the like button on this video and to be subscribed so that this video gets promoted to the YouTube algorithm so you boy can get on top. All right, that's it for the video, guys. Make sure you guys comment down below and I'll answer all your questions. Bye.